Welcome to English Practice Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ben. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more learners like you, and it helps you remember to come back for more practice. We appreciate it so much.
We really do. Every like makes a difference.
So, Ben, how are you doing today? How's your day been?
Actually, it's been a pretty calm day. I made myself a nice cup of tea this morning, and I just sat by the window for a few minutes. It was really peaceful. How about you?
Oh, that sounds lovely. I had a busy morning, but I'm feeling good now because I'm here with you and with all our listeners. And honestly, that word I just used, because, is a perfect little bridge into today's topic.
Oh, I like that. That was very smooth.
Today we're going to talk about linking words. Words like but, so, because, and although. And I know, when you hear linking words or connectors, something inside you might tighten up a little bit. Maybe it reminds you of grammar class, or a test, or a teacher with a red pen.
Yes, and if you're feeling that way right now, that's completely okay.
It really is. I want to say something important before we start anything. If you're listening and you feel a little nervous about this topic, that's normal. So many learners feel exactly the same way. You are not alone in that feeling.
Not at all. This is one of those topics that sounds more complicated than it actually is.
Exactly. And here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to be perfect today. You don't need to memorize a list of rules. We're just going to have a conversation, and by the end, these words will feel more like friends than enemies.
I love that. Friends, not enemies.
So let's start very softly, very gently. Let me ask you something, Ben. Why do you like tea so much?
Well, I like tea because it makes me feel calm.
Beautiful. Did you hear that? Because just appeared, and it felt completely natural. Because is the word we use when we want to give a reason. When someone asks you why, your heart wants to answer with because. So here's our first feeling. Because equals reason. Because equals why.
That's so simple when you put it that way.
It really is. Now let me give you another one. I wanted to go for a walk this morning, but it was raining. But is the word we use when something changes direction. You expect one thing, and then something different happens. But equals surprise. But equals a change.
Right, like a little turn in the road.
That's a beautiful way to say it. A little turn in the road. Now, let's add another one. It was raining this morning, so I stayed home. So is the word we use when we talk about what happens next. The result. The consequence. So equals result. Something happened, and then something else followed.
So because looks back at the reason, and so looks forward at the result.
Yes, exactly. That's a really important difference, and we'll come back to it many times today. And then we have although. Although it was raining, I felt happy. Although is similar to but it feels a little softer. It's like saying, yes, this is true, but it didn't stop me. Although equals contrast with strength. It equals, yes, but anyway.
I like that. Yes, but anyway. That's easy to remember.
So let's just pause here and breathe. We have 4 words. Because equals reason. But equals change. So equals result. Although equals yes, but anyway. That's it. That's the heart of today's episode.
And you don't need to memorize all 4 right now. Even 1 is enough.
That's so true. Even if you walk away today remembering just one of these feelings, that's a success. There is no rush. Your brain is already listening and absorbing more than you think.
Your ears learn before your brain does. That's what we always say.
Now let's bring these words into real life. Imagine this. It's Monday morning. You're at work. Your colleague asks you, "Hey, did you go to the park this weekend?" And you say, "I wanted to go, but it was too cold."
That's so natural. You hear that kind of sentence every day.
Exactly. Now imagine the same situation, but you answer differently. "I stayed home because it was too cold." Same idea, right? But the shape of the sentence changed. In the first one, but introduced the surprise, the change. In the second one, because gave the reason.
So the feeling you want.
The secret. Don't think about rules. Think about what you want to say. Do you want to give a reason? Use because. Do you want to show a change? Use but. Do you want to show what happened next? Use so. This is not about memorizing. It's about feeling.
Don't remember rules, remember feeling. I think that's so important.
Let me give you another situation. Imagine this. You're talking to a friend about a movie. You say, "The movie was long, but I really enjoyed it." You feel the turn there? Long makes you expect something negative, and then but turns it around to something positive.
Now, what if you use although instead?
Great question. You could say, "Although the movie was long, I really enjoyed it." The meaning is almost the same, but although feels a little more thoughtful, a little more elegant. It's like saying, "Yes, it was long, I admit that, but it didn't stop me from enjoying it."
So but is the quick turn, and although is the gentle turn.
That's a lovely way to think about it. But is the quick turn, although is the gentle turn. Now, many learners tell me they get confused between because and so, and I completely understand why. They're connected to each other. Let me show you. I was tired, so I went to bed early. I went to bed early because I was tired. Same situation, same meaning, but the order is different.
Oh, I see. So goes from cause to result. Because goes from result to cause.
Exactly. And here's the beautiful thing. You can choose either one. There's no wrong choice. Both are correct. It just depends on which part of the story you want to say first. Many learners worry about choosing the wrong one, but honestly, both work perfectly.
That must be a relief for a lot of people listening right now.
I hope so. And you know what? Let's take a moment here. I want to talk to you directly, whoever is listening right now. Maybe you're on the bus. Maybe you're cooking dinner. Maybe you're lying in bed. And maybe, somewhere in your mind, there's a voice that says, "I'll never get this right. Grammar is too hard for me."
If you hear that voice, please know that it's lying to you.
It really is. That voice comes from old classrooms and old tests. It doesn't come from the truth about you. The truth is, you're here. You're listening. You're learning. And that makes you brave. Confidence matters so much more than perfection.
So much more. A wrong sentence that you actually say out loud is worth more than a perfect sentence that stays in your head.
Always. Silence is worse than a wrong sentence. Always remember that. Now let's look at some common mistakes. And I promise, these mistakes are completely normal. Many learners say, "I was tired because, so I went to bed." They put because and so together in the same sentence. We understand you perfectly, but in natural English, you only need one, either because or so, not both together.
That's a good mistake, though, because it shows you understand both words. You just need to pick one.
Exactly. Another one I hear a lot is, "Although it was raining, but I went outside." Many learners put although and but in the same sentence. And again, we understand you. But in English, although already contains the idea of but, so you don't need both. Although it was raining, I went outside. That's enough. That's perfect.
So, although already has the but feeling inside it.
Yes. Think of although as but's older, more elegant sibling. They do the same job. You only need one of them in each sentence. And if you've been making this mistake, please don't feel bad. Many learners make it. It's one of the most common things I see, and it's so easy to fix.
And fixing it doesn't mean you were wrong. It means you're growing.
Beautiful. Now let me build a little story for us. Imagine this. It's Sunday evening. You're sitting on your couch. You look at your phone and you see a message from a friend. She says, "Do you want to go for coffee tomorrow morning?" You think about it. You're a little tired because you had a busy weekend, but you really miss your friend. So you decide to say yes. Although you're tired, you know it will make you happy. You write back, "Yes, I'd love to. I'm a bit tired, but coffee with you always makes me feel better."
That's wonderful. Every linking word appeared so naturally in that story.
And did you notice? We didn't think about grammar rules. We just followed the feelings. The reason came with because. The change came with but. The result came with so. The yes, but anyway, came with although. When you follow the feeling, the grammar follows you.
Don't remember rules. Remember feeling. It keeps coming back to that.
It really does. Now here's a little invitation for you. Just a gentle one. Think about your own day today. Can you make one sentence with because? Just one. Maybe, "I listened to this podcast because I want to improve my English." Say it in your head, or say it out loud. Even whisper it. That's practice. That counts.
Even if you're alone, especially if you're alone, your brain needs practice, not pressure.
And here's a small habit you could try. Every evening, before you go to sleep, ask yourself one question. What did I do today, and why? And answer with because or so. I went to the store because we needed milk. I was hungry, so I cooked dinner. Just one sentence a day. That's all. No pressure, no test, no grade.
One sentence a day. That's so manageable.
It really is. And over time, these words will stop being grammar and start being just part of how you speak. They'll come out naturally, without thinking. Now, I want to share one more thing before we wrap up. Ben, tell me something about your week using some of these words.
Sure. Although I was really busy this week, I made time to read a few pages of my book every night because it helps me relax. So by Friday, I actually felt pretty good.
Did you hear that? Although, because, and so, all in one natural little story. Ben wasn't thinking about rules. He was just talking about his life. And that's exactly how it works. When you stop worrying and start talking, the words find their place.
It really does feel that way. Like the words just land where they need to be.
So let's bring it all together one last time. Because equals reason, the answer to why. But equals a change, a turn in the road. So equals result, what happens next. And although equals yes, but anyway, contrast with strength. If you remember these 4 feelings, you have everything you need.
Everything you need. That's a promise.
Now, if this episode helped you feel a little more comfortable with these words, please share it with someone who might need it too. Subscribe if you haven't already, and leave us a like. Every time you do that, you help another learner somewhere in the world find this podcast and feel a little less alone with their English.
And that really matters to us. Building this community together is something special.
It really is. And to you, listening right now, I want you to know something. You are doing better than you think. Your English is growing every single day, even on the days when it doesn't feel like it. Keep going, keep speaking, keep being brave.
We believe in you. We really do.
Remember, English is not a test. It's a tool, and you're learning to use it beautifully. We'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care of yourselves.
Bye-bye, and keep talking.